Class Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How we feeling? Off to a good start?
Yeah, it's worth
Yes.
breaking things down here. I'm just hearing things
It's been
happening.
It's been fixed.
Okay.
All right, well then that's just normal.
Yeah.
We're off to a good start.
Perfect.
Everything's the way it should be. All right, guys, let's get to it. Christina Applegate got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. She was surrounded by her former castmates from Married with Children in her first public appearance since revealing her diagnosis with multiple sclerosis last summer. So Christina also gave an emotional speech. Let's take a look.
I don't say that I have friends. I have family. These people take care of me. They take care of me every day of my life, and without them, I don't know what I would do. And lastly, the most important person in this world is my daughter. You are so much more. You are so much more than even you know. Oh, by the way, I have a disease. Anyway, did you not notice? What? I'm not even wearing shoes. Anywho, you're supposed to laugh at that.
Well, Christina also explained why she was barefoot, tweeting, "For some with MS, the feeling of shoes may hurt or make us feel off balance. So today, I was me, barefoot." So what do you guys think of Christina's speech and how she addressed her disease? I kind of want to point light to something because she kind of made light to it. She was in such a vulnerable moment and kind of like, I don't want to say the peak, but it was an important moment for her, right? And all those people in the background who could care less.
Right.
Right? It was kind of like a
just
juxtaposition.
walking past. I was like, that is LA 100%.
Very much LA, very much LA. But what did you think about her addressing her disease?
I think that my road with dealing with my mom's chronic progression of she has Gaucher's disease, very similar to MS. I follow Christina Applegate almost to the T. I got angry, just like she said. She goes, "I'm pissed. This happened to me. I am not MS." And then she also, what we see here, she uses humor. So for me, anger and humor got me through faster than any other therapy could have. And I didn't know I was using it. It was a coping mechanism, and it turns out it was the best one for me. So to see her still laughing, still joking, still being Christina was really lovely. And I have to say, seeing Katie Seagal, her mom from Married with Children, Peggy, holding her up to give the speech was a really lovely thing to see.
I like the anger aspect.
I do too.
Because it's not like it's so, I'm not trying to be cool when I say that. It's a human emotion. And I think suppressing that is probably going to suppress your progression in terms of acceptance. Because once you get through the anger, just like the 12 steps, or is it 5 steps?
12.
12, yeah. Once you get through the anger, then you can get to the acceptance and then the joy and the laughter.
5, you were right. Agree.
Okay.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, my
that
buddy,
was the days of Christmas.
Yeah.
My buddy Montier, who I did a pre-med summer program with at Brown years ago, who since passed away. He had a kidney disease. And, I remember he would do dialysis in his room and he would get an infection and we'd be in the hospital. I remember the nurses quieting us down because we'd be laughing so much. We refused to let what was going on affect our friendship. And I really saw that with Christina. It's just you get a chance. You don't get a chance to decide if MS is going to attack you, but you do get a chance to decide how you handle it. Mm-hmm. And I really respect how she's doing it.
If you guys like anger, come on over.
That's right.
Come on over to my house. Jump in my world. But yeah, you guys are right. Everyone goes through their roller coaster of emotions, and I think you have to feel all those things to come out the other side. So exactly what you guys are saying. So a health update on another star. Jay Leno is recovering after being burned in a fire. TMZ reported Jay was working on his car in his Burbank garage. He was reportedly fixing a clogged fuel line when a fuel leak sprayed gasoline on his hands and face. A spark triggered the explosion, setting him on fire, and he was rushed to the hospital for third-degree burns on the left side of his face and hands. Jay released this statement saying, "I got some serious burns from a gasoline fire. I am okay. I just need a week or two to get back on my feet." So, I don't know. Jay's kind of like an open, out there guy. I wonder if he's kind of downplaying how serious maybe this might have been.
Well, we spoke to our Dr. Coley earlier, and she made reference to the fact that this is the most severe and it'll likely take him longer to recuperate. And I I had to do, y'all remember season 1, I had to go to wound therapy, and essentially anyone who has a wound that will not heal on its own and leaves an open wound on your body, what you generally get referred to wound therapy. So I saw so many people suffering from so many different ailments and tragedies that to this day I still like send a prayer out because it is so devastating to have your body changed in that way. We obviously wish him the best, and this is something that he loves so much that he's made a brand out of it. So it's just, it's a weird juxtaposition to think that it's also something that's causing him so much pain.
He did miss, just so you know, he missed his eye. That's what we've heard, that he didn't lose any sight, which I was really worried about. And also, just so you know, in hospitals, whenever you pass the burn victims station, I always do a prayer too, because it's like the worst of the worst.
But I'm glad we didn't hear anything about skin grafts or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right?
3rd degree usually does mean skin grafts. So
it does. But you know, honestly, and this is, I hope obviously he's going to have the best doctors. But Jay also has another arrow in his quiver, and that is stand up. You know, it can be very cathartic. And for somebody that he worked out his own material every Sunday at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach. Shout out to Rich there. You know, honestly, just going up every week and talking about it. Obviously, I've had some stuff happen to me recently, and I just started talking about it on stage. My car getting stolen, and it's just getting it out. It really does help. So I really hope Jay goes up there and be like, hey, this is what I look like now. This is the funny stuff that's happening, is the terrible stuff, and all the stuff in between. And I really feel like that's his one like diamond in the rough that I hope he pulls out and uses, because he needs it now.
I think he definitely will. Shout out to Jay and Rich in Hermosa Beach.
That's right.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with Food Network pastry chef Duff Goldman. He tells us the top mistakes people make when baking cookies. Good to know. And Jeopardy gets slammed for a clue that a lot of people are calling insensitive. Stick around.
I was watching this live.
There's going to be a lot of internet chatter. That's where the red flag goes up.
We are never going to agree on this.
It's ignorant, and for me, it was just like a damn shame.
Tell me I need to do something, I'm going to do the exact opposite.
You know why I don't call in sick? Camera hog.
I thought it was Landry.
Hey.
How many times have I said it wrong?
So what are we talking about?
Good question.
No, Erica literally did.
She did the fingers.
I did want to say, I perform at the Comedy Magic Club a lot in Hermosa Beach. It's Jay Leno used to work out his monologues for the week at that club forever, and they're a cool comedy club because you bring. It's what you call, and I hope this is. I mean, I'd
like
say,
a bringer?
No. It's the way you bring other people. It's called a shotgun style.
Oh, tag team. Where
we're like, okay, I'll do my set, and then Tori will do her set,
it.
and then Tori will introduce the next comic. So, infamously, that was the club that I was at when that crazy woman threw that glass of wine to John Caparulo. I was right backstage. Arsenio Hall had just brought me up, and then I brought him up. So, but it's really cool because what they do there, and it didn't. When I heard it, I didn't think it was going to work. It's comedy and magic, but they will have a magician come on right after a comic.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, and the magician will do usually think of about an hour, but no, magician will do like 7 minutes and then bring up a comic, and it's so weird that it
like works.
It seems like they'd be two kind of separate things.
But it's like they're very performative. They're very like, I'm tricky. I'm taking you to a certain place.
Right.
I'm leading you somewhere.
Yeah, and it breaks up the flow of the show, but it's really cool. It's been around forever. If you were ever near Hermosa Beach, anywhere in South LA, it's beautiful. I don't have to twist people's arm to go down there.
Dude.
Hey, it's gorgeous.
And hit up. And if you want a little drink, go to Shellbox.
Yes, I don't drink it.
I know you don't, but
down
hey, have a coffee. It's right on the beach.
Yes, and you know what I get? I don't know if people like this. I get the salted fries, but I get the
at Shellbox.
Yes, and I get the vinegar with it. Do you guys do the vinegar with your
like
fries?
The vinegar.
I don't do vinegar.
I like vinegar with my fish and chips.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But salty fried things with vinegar is delicious.
It's a good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Nice
an acquired
thing.
taste, but
Nice.
Nice house. Welcome back. Some fans of Jeopardy are slamming the show over what they say was an insensitive clue. I'm sorry. It had to deal with Brian Laundrie, who killed his fiancée Gabby Petito in Wyoming last year and later ended his own life. The clue, which appeared on Celebrity Jeopardy, read, in 2021, fugitive Brian Laundrie ended his days in Florida's Myakkahatchee Creek area, home to these long and toothy critters. The answer was alligators. So, I mean, listen, I don't want to break that up with Tori Clappett because I said the name right, but why would you give this clue? This is exactly what I talk about all the time when we give credence to school shooters. That's why we don't say anyone's name. We don't really cover this on this hour. But I can't. This is where they landed with alligators?
What was the value in that?
It makes me angry.
Tori was watching it live.
Yeah, we were having dinner and I was like, Brian Laundrie, isn't he the, oh my God, Gabby Petito? I mean, it was like, the other question was like, Shakespeare used to write this. Totally unlike Jeopardy, totally, I think, a huge misstep. And again, elevating someone that did an awful, awful thing. It just shouldn't have been in there. It was very weird. And the guy who answered it was like, what is alligators? Like, I'm really uncomfortable.
He felt dirty answering it.
Yeah, he felt dirty answering it.
Well, and it's also...
And Erica, you're a huge Jeopardy fan, so I want to know how this hit you.
Yeah, I haven't really watched since R.I.P. Alex. But generally, when a person in pop culture comes up in a Jeopardy clue, it's considered an honor.
Absolutely.
So this is such a strange way to, first of all, one had nothing to do with the other. There's a million different contexts that we could have used alligator.
See you later, blank.
So it is a strange way of doing that because it is such an honor to have your name in a clue for Jeopardy.
Right.
It's like New York Times crossword. It's an honor. You don't put some...
Right, and I just want to say that Tori's example was see you later, blank. That was your
alligator.
No, we got it.
Oh, okay.
A 5-year-old would have got that. It was a terrible.
After a while.
All right, I don't know. I was a little more angry than everyone else seems to be.
It was distasteful and gross.
Yeah, and to highlight anything like that sickens me. All right, so the late Ivana Trump's New York City townhouse is on the market for 26 million bananas. Ivana passed away in July, if you remember, after an accidental fall down her staircase. She was only 73 years old. She had lived in the townhouse since 1992 and raised her 3 kids there since they were teenagers. The 8,700 square foot home features the lavish winding staircase and in full of gold and red finishes. Ivana also had an eye for leopard print, like in this sitting room and library, which also includes a portrait of leopards. Seinfeld fans out there? Nobody? Okay. Check out this bathroom with pink-colored sinks, pink marble floors, and more gold. There's more. How about this this gold and green living room and gold and pink primary bedroom with a canopy bed. It hasn't been this quiet in here since I came to get my coat when it was 7 o'clock at night and nobody was here.
I mean, I think we were all just looking at the pictures. I mean, that's quite extravagant.
Yeah.
Well, we got some time to kill, so explain.
I wanted to get you guys' opinion because I like kind of that setting, but I don't know if I was loving the colors.
Yeah, that's going to be
very
redone.
You think it's
a little 80s, isn't it?
It's going to be completely redone.
You weren't feeling the leopard room?
Well, no, it's not even that. It's how much is it on the market for?
26 million.
Yeah, somebody's coming in. If you have $26 million, you're looking at that as a piece of real estate that has history behind it. Someone's going to come in. They're going to definitely make sure to keep all of the parts of it that make it historical, but all of it's like hardware versus software. All the software is getting redone. The hardware will stay, and there'll be like remnants of it. But it is also interesting when someone passes away, like in their home, and then the I don't know, the spectacle or like what it is, but it's also a prime piece of real estate.
Yeah.
So someone's coming in and redoing it.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to keep any historical context.
Well, no, you would have to because it's the hardware of the house, like not the pink bathroom.
And the leopard stuff.
Yeah. But the hardware is like what the house actually is made of. It's like on the bones of the house. The software is all of the like aesthetic, the interior design.
Is this weird that I took from that like this is why like you always talk to older folks in your life about like moving to a ranch or something and not having stairs years. It is something that like really concerned me with my father and my mom. It's like I feel like I don't want to be too old man with it, but it's like a serious concern.
Yeah, my parents had to put in a specially made elevator because they didn't want to leave the house, and she couldn't get up the stairs anymore, so that was the way out. I thought it was interesting to focus on the staircase since she fell down the staircase, so I wonder if they'll take that out. I don't mean to be at all rude in any way, but that's just make me feel a little bit funny, a little icky.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The staircase isn't getting taken out.
Yeah, I think it's staying. It's just awkward. Yeah.
Or you can just put it in an elevator. Simple fix for everyone.
That's what I do with everything.
Coming up on DBL, we talk with Food Network pastry chef Duff Goldman, who's ready for some delicious holiday cookie ideas. I know I am.
Since the shooting at UVA, we've learned the suspect was known to the college's threat assessment team.
They received information that Mr. Jones had made a comment about possessing a gun.
That tip was not tied to a specific threat, but it was not the only time the school had flagged the alleged shooter.
Mr. Jones also had come to the attention of our threat assessment team because he was involved in a hazing investigation of some sort. We learned of a prior criminal incident involving a concealed weapon violation that occurred outside the city of Charlottesville in February of 2021.
Which sparked a lot of discussion surrounding the threat assessment team. So who are they and what did they do with that information? First thing to know, this is not unique to UVA. Since 2009, all Virginia schools had to come up with policies and procedures for the prevention of violence on campus. It was introduced in the wake of the 2007 Virginia Tech mass shooting. According to the policy, the goal of the threat assessment is to identify potentially dangerous or violent situations and behaviors and address them before violence can happen. And it's not just law enforcement. The team at UVA includes people from the Office of Student Affairs, Counseling and Psychological Services, and a faculty representative, to name a few. And while they investigate, they do not discipline. Instead, according to UVA policy, they refer action to, quote, the appropriate disciplinary authority. We've reached out to the director of UVA's threat assessment team, and as of right now, we have not confirmed what happened following their involvement and if a referral was made regarding the gun possession tip. With your Verify, I'm Serena Marshall.
Welcome back. When it comes to incredible chefs, he takes the cake. He creates masterpieces you didn't even know were possible to make out of cake. Earlier, we chatted with Duff Goldman about his new cookie cookbook. Check it out.
Duff Goldman. Really quick, everybody. Hey.
So let's get right into this. Your cake decorating studio, Duff's Cake Mix, had quite a few A-list customers. So if you had to choose, and I'll even give you a sous chef, who would you pick to decorate your cakes? I'll give you one and two.
You know, Busy Phillips.
Oh, why?
She's really good.
Who would know?
Yeah, Busy Phillips is amazing.
Because she never stops?
That was a bad
gosh.
She's just a really...
Because she's busy?
Oh, is that like some weird Hollywood joke that I don't get?
No, busy. She stays busy.
Oh, because
it was a bad joke that you didn't get. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God, Jeff, you can just
Okay. I should have never came on the show.
I should have stayed off. Save the day. So here we go. All right, so let's talk about your new book, Super Good Cookies for Kids. For those baking at home, what are the top 3 mistakes people make when baking cookies? Because I can think of ones that I make all the time.
You know, the #1 cookie killer is over baking cookies.
Okay.
You know, the thing about cookies is that they have a specific texture, right? That you're looking for. If you want a chocolate crinkle cookie, you want that to be gooey inside. If you overbake it, it's just kind of this like overbaked chocolate crunchy thing, and it's stupid, right? But like when you get a chocolate crinkle cookie at Christmas, you know what I'm talking about? Like the powdered sugar that's got cracks in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Right? Well, when those cookies, when they're baked right, the inside is sublime. It's like raw brownie batter, right? And it's perfect. But overbake it, mediocre.
We don't need no mediocre cookies.
No. Gonna wake up the kid.
Keep it down.
Right?
That's right. Real quick, you've made all sorts of phenomenal cakes, from a life-size race car to an elephant cake. What is your most recent wild creation?
So one of our latest creations, which was really, oh man, this was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm a huge nerd. I love science. I love science fiction. I love space. I've loved NASA my whole life. We were able to create a cake of the Artemis rocket that's about to go up and orbit the moon and come back. And NASA got us permission, like from the Pentagon or something, to go in front of the rocket itself while it's sitting on the launch pad and get a photograph of the cake in front of the actual rocket that's actually going to space. Whoa. It was amazing.
Okay, so we do have 2 cookies from your new cookbook that we get to try. I'm so excited.
Ooh.
So we've got the Moravian spice. Moravian spice.
Ooh.
And the pistachio laddu. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to eat it, but I want to get your inspiration for these recipes. So while we try, you tell.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so the Moravian spice cookie.
Oh my God.
Is everyone trying that one first?
Oh my God.
That's
Wait.
Tastes like a gingerbread cookie.
I have the chewy ball, and it's good.
Okay, so the chewy ball is the laddu. The crunchy thing is the Moravian spice cookie. So the Moravian spice cookie, it's from it's a sect of Christianity that's kind of in like central Pennsylvania-ish, 1700s, you know, old school. And they do these elaborate nativity scenes. And then what happens is everybody does their nativity scenes, and then the whole like neighborhood, everybody goes to see each other's nativity scenes, and you welcome people into your home to see the nativity scene by giving them a spice cookie.
These are so good. Thank you. And not only for joining us on DBL today, but for these fantastic cookies. But everybody out there, please, you can buy Duff's cookbook. Super good cookies for kids, wherever books are sold. Love the cover, by the way. And you can watch him obviously host Kids Baking Championship on the Food Network. We'll be right back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is delicious.
See you guys. Enjoy.
Today's Sandals word of the day is
vacation. Enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to beautiful Curacao.
Tonight, former President Trump is widely expected to announce another run for office, specifically the Oval Office. We turn to these sources to verify what would the rules be around another Trump presidency. Presidential term limits are established in the 22nd Amendment, and in this case, it's the first part that's most relevant. No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. That means if Mr. Trump were to run and win in 2024, he would not be eligible to run again in 2028.
It does prevent, to some extent, a kind of caudillo, right? This sort of strongman from coming to power for too long a time.
These weren't always the rules, though. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected to 4 terms. But according to the National Constitution Center, interest in limiting presidential power eventually led to the ratification of the 22nd Amendment in 1951. Pros and cons of term limits are debated to this day, and Republicans and Democrats have floated the idea of repealing the 22nd Amendment over the years. But no proposal has ever been up for serious consideration.
I mean, it would be very hard to achieve a kind of consensus that doesn't exist in the country to repeal an amendment. Nowadays, you could see both Democrats and Republicans, for different reasons, supporting a term limit on the president.
If Mr. Trump runs and wins, he'd be the first president in more than 130 years to move back into the White House. After losing a bid for re-election following his first term, Grover Cleveland is the only president to have been elected to a non-consecutive second term. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Escape the cold with the luxury included vacation to Sandals Resort's newest location, Sandals Royal Curacao. Enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win.
All 203 seats in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives were up for election last week, including Tony DeLuca's outside of Pittsburgh. He held the office from 1983 until his death in October, but people on social media say he was posthumously re-elected to serve another 2-year term just last week. So let's verify. Was a Pennsylvania state representative re-elected after his death? Our sources are the Pennsylvania Department of State, the Pennsylvania Election Code, and Amy Downs, Communications Director for Allegheny County. State election records show DeLuca was on the ballot on November 8th and won a landslide victory against his opponent. So why was his name on the ballot a month after his death? All of our sources say it came down to a matter of timing. Allegheny County started printing its ballots on September 28th and began mailing them to residents on October 1st. DeLuca died on October 9th. Pennsylvania state law prohibits any changes to ballots after they're mailed, so DeLuca's name remained on the ballot. So, yes, a Pennsylvania state representative was reelected after his death. So, what happens now? State law requires a special election when someone can no longer serve the office in which they were elected. In the past, this has occurred in the first 2 months of the year. Whether or verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. The holidays are just around the corner, and we've got some amazing products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
What do you have for us today, Steph?
Hi, Tori. Hello, DBL Nation. We are so excited to show you the deals today because guess what? They're pretty epic. So let's get started. So first up, we've got the Malibu Sky plaid duffel bag with a shoulder strap, Tori.
Nice.
So this deal includes one duffel bag, and we've got it available in 3 colors. We've got black, brown, or black and brown.
Oh, nice.
So normally this is $150, but we've got it for $49.99.
Yes!
Which will save you 67%. And next we've got the RBX heated shiatsu massage pillow. So this deal includes 1 massage pillow, 1 wall power adapter, 1 car charger, and a 1-year warranty. So normally this is $90, but we've got it for just $24.99. Saving 72%. And our next product is the Power to Go Alpha Pro True Wireless Earbuds with wireless charging. So this deal includes earbuds, a charging case, and silicone tips available in either black or white. So normally these are $100, but now they are only $19.99, saving 80%. And last but not least, we've got the Babe Original Lash Essential Serum in 4 milliliters, which is equivalent to a 6-month supply.
Whoa.
So normally this is $89. Lash serum is expensive, but we've got it for just $39.99, saving 55%.
Grow them long and keep your money. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or just scan that QR code. It's right on screen. It's going to take you directly to these products right on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
Holidays around the corner. Some great ideas. I just got myself a spiralizer.
For food?
No, for my hamster. So he could play.
I realized as I said it, that was probably the dumbest.
That's why you were trying to stop yourself.
I was like, for food? Oh, no.
Hey, started great, ended fantastically. Way to go. DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
That's great.